It was a very beautiful life until I tore it apart. Life has gone differently than how I expected it. I started working at the age of 16. I moved up from security. I went to become a national manager. A lot of business meetings, a lot of business dinners. Actually, that's where my trouble truly started. I was working, drinking, going to bed. It became a lifestyle where I was having a few cocktails each day.
His body started falling apart. He started having some medical issues, and I was telling him, you're drinking too much. And he would say, okay, I'm gonna stop. And he'll stop for a little bit, then he'll go on. And then when his mom passed, then it got really bad.
And instead of dealing with issues in life that we all have to deal with, I would have a few more cocktails. And I didn't realize how it was affecting my family until one day my wife sat me down and she said, this is a problem. You're being cruel or a little mean. But while I was drinking, I didn't even think about that. It didn't bother me. It went one ear and out the other. One episode happened. We had a party here for my youngest granddaughter's first birthday. I was tired and, the music was loud, and I was staying up in my office watching TV and having cocktails. Anyway, I went out to the back and I got thrown into the pool and I got angry. And when you're an alcoholic, you never know what direction your mental state is going to go because you don't have control of it. I went upstairs in my room and I pulled out one of my pistols. My wife came up and started struggling with me, getting the gun out of my hand, and she put it in her hand. And she said, instead of anybody else getting hurt, I'm gonna hurt myself. And she put the gun up to her head.
I didn't know, what he was gonna do. We were wrestling for it, and then I got it. And I was like, you're not gonna hurt anybody. And I said, I'll hurt myself before you hurt anybody. And then I put it to my head, and he pushed it away and the gun went off. And then he called 911 saying that I tried to commit suicide. He was still not getting it. I was mad. I was very upset, frustrated.
Luckily, nobody was hurt, but it changed my world. I woke up the next morning after the party, and there was nobody here in the house but myself and my dog. Nobody was returning my calls. And all of a sudden, I received a phone call from my wife. We're all safe. We've left the home. You need to spend some time getting yourself together. And now I realized that not only was I not invincible, I was broken. And I realized I needed someone to help me fix myself so I could be the man that I've been before, prior to allowing the alcohol to take over my life. Never thought I would get to that point, but I did. I went to my doctor and I explained to her that I'm having a problem with alcoholism, and she prescribed me to go to Loma University Hospital. And I went through the mental health, anger, and alcohol and abuse program. It was an 8-week program, and they would teach us how to deal with anger, how to deal with frustration, how to deal with rejection.
I'll never forget Orsey. He came in that first day and his energy was palpable as far as how much remorse he was dealing with, how much guilt he was dealing with. Talk is cheap, right? So how am I going to demonstrate through my actions and my behavior that I'm serious this time? He came to the realization of look, I need to put my pride aside. I need to stop blaming others. We physically see the transformation in patients when they go all in. They start noticing the changes as they implement the tools and interventions that we teach them here. That's when they also start getting more confident and their rapport strengthens with us. So now they're being more vulnerable and being honest with the things that are causing impairments in their lifestyle and functioning.
I pulled my way out of drinking, and I haven't had a drop of alcohol for almost a year and a half, which is not long. I know that, and I realize that I'm an alcoholic and I work on it daily. I still go to Alcoholics Anonymous every Tuesday evening and try to help and support the people that need it. I realize how beautiful my life is, and I don't want to go back to where it was. So I just don't drink. No desire.
The best thing that he did was going to Loma Linda. They really helped. They really helped him. I would not even want to come home when I knew he was drinking, and I'm like, oh, now I love being with him. You know, I like doing things together. I got emotional because I told him, thank you for changing, because I felt like I got who I fell in love with at the beginning, you know.
She is my soulmate. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
You can't change, you just have to work it and want it. To the Loma Linda care team, thank you. I really appreciate all the help, all your hard work.
My whole life has changed. I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. They put me back together.